It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Whether it's sports, theater, or concert, for the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. Ticket Liquidator. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. NordVPN.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
Hello and welcome on in to another week, another episode here on The Cam Show, powered by Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm your host, Cam Stuart. Zach Burke behind the glass, keeping us on the air 5 days a week, live on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. And is this a fun time, kind of all of a sudden, to be a Boston sports fan? We have got playoff baseball this week. Man, it feels good to be saying that again. Playoff baseball, and to add to it, of course, it's Red Sox-Yankees. We will take our first look at that AL wildcard series, why it might actually be advantage Red Sox, even though they're going on the road and pretty much everybody is going to be picking the Bombers. We will give you the reasons why Red Sox fans should be very confident in this mini best-of-3 game series at the place formerly known as the House of Pain. And we will talk about the Patriots finally getting a blowout win yesterday, man. Finally. First time they've scored 40 points in 4 years. And things are definitely starting to look up with that team. Boy, do they have a measuring stick next week. Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Football Bills. All that and more coming up on this episode of The Cam Show. But man, what a great weekend to be a Boston sports fan. Like one of the best that's happened in a while for me. Like probably the best when the Red Sox clinched on Friday night. It was probably the best I had felt since the Celtics won the title back in 2024. Like the vibes were off the charts. Good, man. The energy around this team has been there all season long, through the peaks and the valleys, the ups and the downs of it all. But this weekend felt like an incredible culmination. Friday night, Fenway Park, beautiful weather, Fenway greens, and of course they do it in a dramatic fashion. Comeback, walk-off, Cedon, put it in his veins again. Like, and I think even more importantly than that, I think a lot of Red Sox fans kind of expected them to come back. It was 3-0. Pretty quickly, they made it 3-1. And you just had this feeling like they're going to chip away here. our bullpen's going to hold them off, and we're going to make this happen as the Red Sox. And it did. And I said it before, I'll say it again. It makes even more sense after what happened on Friday and what will happen in the next week. This town needs the Red Sox right now. As me, a die-hard Red Sox fan, I'm listening on the radio this morning, and nobody's talking about them in this city. I get it. The NFL is the monster that it is. But it was all Patriots talk. All of it. And we'll talk Patriots later, but this is a baseball town, man. This is a baseball town. And the Red Sox just did something they haven't done in 4 years. This is a heck of a team to get behind. It's a very fun watch. And they go into a series this week against their most hated rivals. It's going to be appointment television. And by the way, if this weekend taught us anything in baseball, it's that the American League is wide open. The Red Sox can beat anyone in this league. Anybody. Best of 3, best of 5, perhaps even a best of 7. This thing is there for the taking. They're just as likely to lose in 2 games of the wild card series as they are to take the ALCS to 7 games, in my opinion. And yet, where is the chatter? I know it's with the fans. I know plenty of Red Sox fans. I mean, all weekend getting the buzz to my phone, seeing it across social media. The buzz is there. Seems like the Cam Show is one of the only places in the city that's talking about it, which is crazy. Crazy. But this city needs the Red Sox right now. So much false hope over the last couple of years with this team in particular, but of course with the Patriots, with the Bruins. The Celtics are opening, they're doing media days today and tomorrow, but they're not going to have a great season with no Jason Tatum. Who knows what's going to happen there? But this is a team to get behind, man. And this last week in particular, and into this last weekend, shows you why this is a team to get behind. Why this is one that is capturing the imagination of fans all over the region. Like it's a new hero all the time. Somebody new is picking each other up. This last week in particular really shows that. Wasn't an Alex Bregman week. Masataka Yoshida, who's your worst hitter the whole season, 1,100 OPS the last week. More homers in this past week than he had the last 2 months. Jose De Leon on Sunday, last game of the season. No one's ever heard of this guy. He throws 7 innings in a big game, or goes into the 7th inning, in a big game for the Red Sox to hold on to that number 2 wild card spot when Alex Cora just calls up anybody and says, I need 100 pitches. Can you give me 100 pitches? Can you save me my bullpen for this wild card series? And he did it, man. He did it against a playoff team. And he gets interviewed after the game. I mean, what a story, man. First time in the majors in a couple of years here. He was a journeyman. And he gets asked, how does it feel to get the win? And he's like, well, it feels extra good. It's my first win this year. Dude was 0-9 with a 6.5 ERA in Worcester. And he comes out of nowhere, pitches game 162. Probably couldn't even utilize the friends and family tickets because he was called in the morning to come up and pitch for them. That's what this Red Sox team has been. The walk-off on Friday comes from the guy who's been your worst hitter since the All-Star break. One of the worst hitters in the league since the All-Star break is the one coming through for you in the clutch again in Cedar Rafaela. And most importantly, for the first time in 4 years, October baseball back in this city. That feels so good, man. That feels so good. Especially because we know, 2021 was a bit of a fluke. It was a fun ride, but it was a bit of a fluke. Second time since they won the World Series back in 2018 that they're actually going to be in the postseason, which might not seem like a long time for a lot of you, but I was in college the last time they won the World Series. Not like it's been this long, great drought or anything, but I was in college back then, and I had a lot more hair than I do now. So for me, it feels like a long time, okay? It does. And to top it all off, just the A1 matchup. Red Sox, Yankees. ESPN could not have asked for anything better, especially with the 30th documentary made about the 04 Red Sox going out on ESPN Plus last week. They have got to be loving this. Absolutely loving this. And we're just looking at it from a Red Sox lens. If you're a baseball fan, yesterday was an absolute gift, man. An absolute gift. You know, I mean, we've really barely even settled into the NFL season, but we got an awesome Sunday of baseball. Last game of the season, everybody starts at the same time, and only the Mariners knew going into yesterday's game where they were going to go. They didn't know who they were going to play yet, but they were the only ones who knew where they were going to go for round one of the postseason. That's nuts, man. We had the collapses. We had the comebacks. Detroit blows a 15.5 game lead in mid-August. And not only do they lose a crucial series to Cleveland last week, they lose the division to Cleveland. And now because they lose in game 162 to a Jag on the mound at De Leon, they have to go to Cleveland to play that series. That's baseball, man. That is a true blue pennant race. You know, for a long time, we kind of lost what the pennant race was, right? You know, every 5 years or so, we'd have a game 163, and that was fantastic. And then we tried to do the one-game playoff for years, and I thought that was a really good model. But what turned out to be the savior of the pennant race, so to speak, the playoff race, was just adding more teams to the playoffs. And that's what we got here. And that's just the American League. How about the Mets collapse in the NL? $339 million payroll. They're shut out by the Marlins in the last game of the season. And the greatest manager in Red Sox history is back in the playoffs with Cincinnati. Good for Tito. And the Astros, not there. First time in 9 years they missed the playoffs. The end of an era. They are DED dead. The Astros dynasty window. It's gone. Man, baseball gave us one heck of a Saturday, a Sunday too, because that's what I meant to say. And now we've got playoff baseball, which if you forgot, you might be forgiven if you forgot in this region how awesome playoff baseball is, but it's back, baby. And for me, it's one of the best playoffs in all of professional sports. And you're going to learn that again. In fact, let's bring Zach in here because I want Zach's opinion. I'm kind of in it right now. You know, I'm drowning in Red Sox fever. And so I'm like, man, playoff baseball, best thing to happen. But I don't know about you, Zach. I got to put playoff baseball in the top 2 of the 4 major sports leagues postseasons. Like for me, only hockey is better. And it's like marginal. Like they're both great.
Yeah, no, it's always been baseball for me just because I find myself, even when my team's not in it, out of all the playoffs of the major sports, I can get into and I can sit down and watch a random ALCS game or NLDS game more so than I can get up for, game 1 between, some Eastern Conference finals there. And I get that it's like all these other games of where obviously there's series that go into it. And so, each game is important in its own right, but it's not a win, one and done kind of thing like the other playoffs are. But I think that's what
baseball gets the closest to it.
Yes. Yeah. No, I
best
love
of 3, best of 5. Like then we're talking about really day to day.
I miss, and I want to get your opinion on this too. And I know it's a weird thing to miss. Like I get how they changed them all to 7 to be uniform in NBA, but honestly, I kind of miss the first round being a 5-game series.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to be that long.
It does.
There's no, 9 times out of 10, that 8th seed is not going to go and play for a title. So just let me, them get swept in 3 games and out of here, not 4. But that's why also it adds to baseball's to make it feel just like just a little more important when they had the 1-game playoffs of, of course, before the win you're in. And then now it's 3 of like, it builds. And so it feels like each series is that just a little bit more important until you finally get to obviously the big one in the World Series. So yeah, no, I love the way that they have it, spread out like that of the 3, 5, 7. And to me, it is easily the best format in playoffs.
So you've got it as number 1.
Yeah.
You
For
got
me,
it.
yeah.
All right. I still give hockey the slight edge, but we're splitting hairs.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
and
going
I
to
like
argue.
the format of baseball better. Like to
Yes,
your
and
point,
I'm not
I
going to
like the format better.
argue the NHL because I do enjoy it, and I like the way that they pick their teams to set up, like, you know, how it, like the construction of the
Divisional
playoffs
one,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I'm kind of losing my patience with the divisional thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just I get it, man. It's the same. It becomes the same thing every year. And when one division is significantly better than the other, your first and second round series are better than your conference finals, like much better. And so I'm a little out on that. But playoff hockey will just always be playoff hockey. And so, but baseball, what's great about it, especially when you look at it towards the NBA, you talked about the NBA probably needs to shorten it up there. Like both leagues have tried to improve their postseason in the last 5 years by structural changes. And baseball, by adding more teams, has actually gotten more drama. And the NBA, I think, has gotten less drama with the play-in tournament. I'm not a play-in tournament guy. I hate it because I think what it leads to and what you're seeing is more teams actually tanking rather than more teams trying to make the playoffs. Like, and that bugs the crap out of me. But baseball, and what's great about it too, which they did change a while ago, probably about 10 years ago now, is they are playing every day in baseball again. Remember like when we just had the 3 rounds, it was a day off all the time. And I remember that. I get it, but to me, this is baseball. Every day, deepest team, bullpen, who can survive it? Like that to me, unless you're going to travel, which they do, they add in the travel day, fine. But I especially like this with the wild card series, all played in one spot. We're not messing around. We're not flying across the country here. And I get that it sucks for the Red Sox that it's at Yankee Stadium here, but God, I love that.
No,
God, I love the baseball playoffs, man.
I do too. And I also
NBA firmly fourth, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
Not even really a close fourth because the NFL, you can predict most of it, which I think is why I'd have it third. But at least that first wild card weekend, the super wild card weekend, man, you get some good drama there. That is good. That is good television.
Yeah, I do feel like we are seeing more, like we talked about the craziness of the season, at least in baseball, of coming like series and races coming down to the last day. Like you talked about that Marlins and Mets, which by the way, the Mets broadcasting booth getting so upset about the Marlins.
How about that, man?
Was hilarious.
They were so butthurt, man.
I was like, dude, you know what you can do to, not get upset by that? Take care of business and win. They did what they wanted to do. Let them take their damn picture.
Like what they did. So what they did is like what would happen if I was a Mets fan at that game, like walking out of the park, I'd probably say one thing in like the 20-minute walk and it would be like, they won their World Series, huh?
Yeah.
And like, that's it. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? I'd be embarrassed to say it out loud for someone to troll me. And Ron Darling, Mass native, is doing it on the Mets broadcast. They're like, yeah, this is their World Series. I'm like, oh my God, bro. That is so embarrassing, man.
Yeah. No, basketball, but to sum it up, basketball for sure, I think is I don't like the play-in tournament. Those are the boringest games that I think I've watched of like, oh, you win for a chance to play again to see if you get in. Like, oh, okay, whatever. Baseball has just always the excitement builds. I love how it, culminates then to a 7-game series eventually, but you build to get there. And so it adds like stakes to these smaller World Series or wild card series and division. So no, it is baseball. I'll give you hockey too still, and then football, and then basketball's at the bottom.
And I know this doesn't do much for you as someone who's not a fan of either team, but it's good for baseball.
No, you say that.
Baseball loved, especially ESPN loved that the Blue Jays won the division and that we could get this matchup instead. And look, obviously one of them will face the Blue Jays, and there could have been a real world where the Red Sox beat Toronto and got into a division series against the Yankees, but they love this. No, they love a bit of this.
See, and this is more so than two. This will be the last point I make. But I'm with you. Even though I'm not obviously I'm a Rangers fan, I'm a baseball fan. And there are some series in sports in general, not just baseball, that I will sit down and watch and have fun with no matter what. And it doesn't have to be my team. And Yankees and Red Sox is one of those series. And you want to tell me now it's also a playoff series? No, if I'm ESPN and I saw that the Blues, that it works out like this, I am salivating because
Calling
this
in
is
the
the matchup
fix in
that I
Toronto.
dream to be able to get.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be great.
This is the first time for the Red Sox in the wild card series. So first time, obviously I've watched it every year, but like really being in the mud of the 3-game wild card series. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. And for you, congratulations, Zach. No Astros in the postseason.
That
The
was
reign of terror.
The celebration that I had was the fact that, we're rooting for the Mariners. It's no Astros. And then I also loved all the Astros fans. Oh, but all the injuries we had to deal with. And then you can just go through and cycle through everything in the Mariners.
Look at the Red Sox, man.
And everybody else in the division. Yeah, they're just a bunch of crybabies. And there is nothing that makes me happier in all of sports than seeing the Astros miss any kind of postseason play.
Small market team, man. Small market team. Couldn't
Small
hold on to
market
anybody.
team.
Oh, I cannot wait for this Red Sox-Yankees series. It kicks off tomorrow, Tuesday night, 6:08 Eastern time. Prime time for Red Sox-Yankees. Even though it's in the Bronx, the Red Sox actually have the advantage in this wild card round. And I'll tell you why Red Sox fans should be supremely confident in going into New York and winning 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. I'll tell you why after this short break. It's coming up next on The Cam Show.
whypersonalloans.com. Request a loan anytime. Our partners can offer loans up to $35,000 with varying rates and terms. Review your loan offer with no obligation and decide what works for you. Visit personalloans.com today.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
Your season, your shot. The NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. From first touchdown scorer to anytime TD props, or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. New customers, this one is for you. Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, score over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CAMSHOW. That's code CAMSHOW to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
I am obsessed with helping business owners increase their traffic and turn it into profit through the power of Pinterest marketing. It's this amazing platform where people are looking for ideas, inspiration. They have a problem and they're actively looking for a solution.
Bubble wasn't here. I don't know what people would be doing, like making PowerPoints or something. I love that I can sit down and build something the way that I think it should be built.
Bubble turns ideas into fully scalable apps. Try Bubble today.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Back to the Cam Show, Rogue Media Sports Network. Thank you for joining us on this Monday, live on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. Guys, I'm still checking 98.5 EEI. Nothing this morning about the Red Sox. Apparently, you need to come to the Cam Show if you want to hear Red Sox talk in this city, live and happening as it's happening. I can't believe it. Like, here we go. We're back in the playoffs. First time in 4 years. We're going to have postseason baseball in Boston. Well, involving Boston, because if they lose this wild card series, there will be no playoff game at Fenway Park. But Red Sox, Yankees, playoffs. Like, how is everyone not completely juiced up for this? Because all the sports fans I know are, not just the baseball fans, but all the sports fans I know are completely jazzed up for this. I can't wait, man. I'm counting down the hours. This is going to be appointment television. And going past that, all these people I know, they're watching it, but not everyone's happy. Red Sox open the playoffs at Yankee Stadium, and I'm seeing a lot of Red Sox fans pissed off about that. Not ideal. Didn't want to face them. Wanted to face Toronto. Wanted to face Cleveland. Who wants to face Cleveland right now? But honestly, I think this is a good matchup for the Red Sox. Like, I think this is a really good matchup. And beyond that, don't you want to go through the Yankees? Like, isn't this what we all should want? Both these teams are not only good right now, man, they're going to be good for the next 5 years. These teams are going to be running the division. Let's get this pot boiling again. Let's make this the best rivalry in sports again. And in terms of not the history this year, this series, 2025, I still like the Red Sox. And if you've watched this Red Sox team all season long, you would also like the Red Sox in this series. I mean, if you're watching this team all of 2025 and you're saying, oh no, it's the Yankees, this is the end, then you're not watching closely enough. Like, I know they lost the last series, but they're 9-4 against New York this year. And they're 5-2 at Yankee Stadium. Every time, I told you on the show before, like, I was so shocked watching the standings all season long to see that the Yankees were such a good team. We're better than the Red Sox on paper and with the record. Because every time these two teams faced off against each other, it looked like the Yankees didn't know how to play baseball. And remember, that's what the Dodgers did to them last year in the World Series. Just made them play baseball. Keep them in the ballpark. Make them run the bases. Make them play defense. Make them turn double plays. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, man. Make their bullpen get big outs. They can't. So I think this is a big-time opportunity for the Red Sox to get back into the real postseason proper of the division series, even though they are playing the Yankees in the Bronx. They've outscored them by 13 at Yankee Stadium this year, averaging almost 7 runs a game at the stadium. Like, if you're scoring 7 runs, you're winning a lot of games in the postseason, the way your bullpen's going. They were actually they were outscored, the Red Sox were, in the Yankee matchups at Fenway this year. So that big-time advantage Red Sox. The other advantage Red Sox, they have Garrett Crochet. Like, they have got the ace. And I know Yankees got Max Fried. We'll talk about him in a second. But this is what you paid him for right here. You paid him to have a dominant regular season as well and be your ace, be your pig for the whole 162. But this is why you traded a top prospect. This is why you gave a healthy extension. for Garrett Crochet to walk in to game one of a playoff series and for you to feel confident. Home, road, on the moon, don't care. In the American League, you can't line up a pitcher that's facing Garrett Crochet that's going to make me feel like you have the advantage. There's not one. So right away, game one, you walk into Yankee Stadium. You're already confident. You're already playing with house money. And you're telling the Yankees, we need you to do something you haven't done all season. Go ahead. Do it. Beat Garrett Crochet. 4 starts against him this year. 3.29 ERA, 39 strikeouts in 27 innings. 27 and a third innings, to be exact. 39 strikeouts to 10 walks. And yeah, the Red Sox won all 4 starts. 2 of them, Crochet went 7+ and allowed 1 run or less. And he's on a full 5 days rest. I got to give a tip of the cap to Alex Cora here. I haven't been on board with him all season with his managerial in-game decisions, but he took a huge risk the last week. He really put his privates on the table and said, I'm going to take a big risk because we haven't locked up anything until Friday, and they had the dangerous opportunity of potentially going on the road to face Cleveland in this series if they didn't win yesterday. And throughout all of that, he said, I'm going to make sure Garrett Crochet is on 5 days rest for game one. I'm not pitching him Sunday. I'm going to trust the rest of our guys to get it done Sunday. I want Garrett Crochet, because we know we're going on the road. I want Garrett Crochet on the mound, game one of the wild card series. And that could pay humongous dividends. Because, like, we were worried about the Yankees, man, going up to the last day. They still do get free to start. But if it was Toronto, Gausman pitched yesterday. He might not be able to go, wouldn't have been able to go at all for a wild card series. That was on the table. You know, and if he did, it would have been 3 days rest. But that's neither here nor there. Red Sox made the bold choice, and it's worked out so far. And on 5 days rest this year, that ERA for Garrett Crochet, 2.27. It goes up by a full run on regular rest, 3.58. And it is worth noting, this is probably the last time he'll get 5 days rest. Probably. Unless the Red Sox do something really crazy. But Garrett Crochet on a full 5, going out there, your pig, your ace, that's massive for this team. And I mean massive for this team. And you look up and down this Yankee lineup, it's not just this year. There's really one guy in this lineup that has success off of Crochet. Go up and down the list. Trent Grisham, Trent Grisham. Not the tight end. Trent Grisham, 0 for 3 against him in his career. 1 game, but no hits. Paul Goldschmidt, 2 for 15. Judge, 3 for 15. 2 of them are homers, sure. Stanton, 2 for 7. Wells, 2 for 9. Volpe, 2 for 5. Volpe is one who has any kind of success on him. McMahon, 1 for 3. Jose Caballero, 0 for 7. These guys can't touch him. In fact, the only one that has any kind of success over any kind of real sample size against him is Cody Bellinger. 5 for 14 with a homer. Cody Bellinger. So when you're looking at it from the Yankee perspective, it's like, okay, we got a guy who can beat him, but it's Cody Bellinger. You know, it's not Judge. It's not Stanton. It's not even Grisham. It's Cody Bellinger. And oh yeah, the big part about it is it likely takes Ben Rice's bat out of the lineup. 2 homers yesterday. That Ben Rice, the Massachusetts native, he's probably out of the order because he hasn't hit a lot against lefties. They'll put Goldschmidt in there, who again is 2 for 15 in his career against Garrett Crochet. So that is a big advantage for the Red Sox. Bigger than a lot of people might think. Because I get it. Max Fried, man, that dude shoves too. No one's saying Fried isn't tough. Okay? But he actually might have thrown his best game of the year against the Red Sox in Yankee Stadium. And they still lost. It was 1-0, but they still lost. And this allows for a big-time Rob Refsnyder moment, I'll tell you that much. Probably no Willie Abreu, maybe in this series, because they're not going to hit him against a lefty. So no Fried, no Rodon for him. So to me, that's advantage Red Sox. And you look around the attitude of this team, they don't care about playing the Yankees. Like, this is not 2001, 2002, 2003. They don't care about facing the Yankees. They don't care about going into Yankee Stadium. They're like, this is the team we felt the best against this year. The Yankees, on the other hand, have a losing record against 2 American League playoff teams. And they are the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, the teams they would have to face to get back to the ALCS and possibly get back to the World Series. This Red Sox team, I'll tell you, they're not intimidated by the pinstripes, by the Bronx Zoo. They're not intimidated by that stupid roll call they do in right field with that nerd. They're not intimidated by that. They don't care. They're not intimidated by Max Fried either. And maybe they should be. He's one of the best pitchers in the league, but they're not afraid of these guys in any stretch of the imagination. So I know they lost the last series against him, but they've played really well at Yankee Stadium this year. Garrett Crochet shoves against them, and you know how confident the rest of this lineup is when Crochet's on the mound. We've seen it time and time and time again. In fact, the only bad start he had this past month was against Cleveland, where he gave up 6 or 7 runs, and the Red Sox fought back and won that game. Like, it happened to be against the best team in the history of baseball, apparently, in this Cleveland Guardians team. And they won the game. So they have a supreme amount of confidence when Garrett Crochet goes to the mound. The whole lineup has confidence. This is going to be all kinds of fun, man. I keep coming back to that. This is going to be so friggin' fun to see these two teams match up in a meaningful playoff series again. Not just one game, which was cool, 21. That's good kind of theater, but this is better. Best of 3. Let's see this thing actually have some juice to it. Let's see some drama to it. And I know everyone and their dog wants a game 3 at Yankee Stadium. And it will be Lucas Giolito and Luis Gil or Will Warren just running on absolute fumes. Game 3 at Yankee Stadium. Man, that's going to be a treat. But to me, it's advantage Red Sox. Is it advantage Red Sox to you? Let me know in the comments section below. Then be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We come at you live on YouTube every weekday, high noon Eastern time, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. We're going to be talking almost exclusively Red Sox this week, because this is going to be appointment television. Apparently, we're the only ones talking about it in this city. So we are your lunchtime alternative to Boston Sports Talk Radio. Check out the other videos on the channel talking Red Sox, everything else going on in the world of Boston sports. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeps us on the air 5 days a week. Almost exclusively Red Sox, because the Patriots are coming off one of their best offensive performances this decade. I called it. I kind of called it. Okay, we'll tell you why and how the Patriots can sustain this and take this into a massive divisional game against the Buffalo Bills next week. We'll do it next after this short break, and we'll do it on the Cam Show.
WhyPersonalLoans.com. Request a loan anytime. Our partners can offer loans up to $35,000 with varying rates and terms. Review your loan offer with no obligation and decide what works for you. Visit PersonalLoans.com today.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mullybox, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
I am obsessed with helping business owners increase their traffic and turn it into profit through the power of Pinterest marketing. It's this amazing platform where people are looking for ideas, inspiration. They have a problem and they're actively looking for a solution.
Bubble wasn't here, I don't know what people would be doing, like making PowerPoints or something. I love that I can sit down and build something the way that I think it should be built.
Bubble turns ideas into fully scalable apps. Try Bubble today.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Back here on the Cam Show, Rogue Media Sports Network. I'm your host, Cam Stewart. Zach Burke keeping us on the air 5 days a week, live on YouTube, and then available wherever you get your podcasts as well. This is going to be one heck of a week for the baseball fans. Like, this is going to be such theater. Red Sox, Yankees, best of 3, wild card series. But of course, the gift that kept on giving was Sunday. Not just the Red Sox clinching the spot with the Yankees. They'd already clinched their playoff spot. They were going to go on the road, but seeing that it was against the Yankees and getting to avoid Cleveland, big win for the Red Sox. But also, how about those Patriots, man? How about them? How about that for a nice little comeback, so to speak? Because, folks, sometimes it's good to be right. Through gritted teeth last week, fresh off one of the most frustrating games in recent memory, I think, with the Patriots, 5 turnovers, I told you the Patriots were about to be good. Remember that? I said what's so frustrating about them playing so poorly is that they're so close to being good. And I said when it all came together, it would be a laugher, an absolute blowout. Some poor little team was just going to be their victim. I give you yesterday's game against the Carolina Panthers. 42 unanswered points, an electric special teams touchdown, another 3 touchdowns in total for Drake May, and no turnovers. None. You didn't even force one, which I'll take at this point if it means no turnovers on your side. Checked pretty much every box you could ask for if you were a Patriots fan, didn't it? But the biggest one for me, Stephon Diggs. Your leading receiver in this game, 6 catches on 7 targets for over 100 yards. You're finally getting a tune out of him. And again, I don't even think it's necessarily Diggs' fault. There wasn't any looks for him downfield. I couldn't believe it. But you see that stat line, 6 catches on 7 targets for 101. That's the line of a number 1 receiver right there. That's what that looks like. And again, it was down the field because Diggs has been, by the stats, terrific this year. Okay? 19 receptions on 22 targets, man. It's an 86% catch percentage. Highest receiving percentage, catch percentage of any receiver in the NFL. He's 3rd in the whole league in that category, but Jahmyr Gibbs and Jake Ferguson are the ones ahead of him. So 1st among wide receivers. When you throw it his way, he's coming down with it. The thing was, it just wasn't going his way a lot, and it wasn't going downfield a lot. But he has that 33-yard reception in this game, which is double what his previous season long was. And I thought Mark Schlereth was going to need to change pants in the broadcast booth with that back shoulder throw that May had to him down the right sideline. And I can't blame Schlereth, man. It was a thing of beauty. It was an absolute thing of beauty. Schlereth is just gushing about it. It's 30 yards down the field. And by the time Diggs plants, stops, looks for the ball, it's about to hit him in the hands. Like, it was beautiful. And don't take this the wrong way. It was a Tom Brady kind of play. It was a real Brady kind of play, which is maybe the first Brady play I can remember of any of the quarterbacks that have come after him. Like, that was a gorgeous throw, like a top 10 quarterback in the league kind of throw. And that's why your quarterback needs a guy like Stephon Diggs. Drake May had a top 10 quarterback kind of performance yesterday, even though he only threw the ball 17 times. 14 for 17, I get 200 yards, right? 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground. Yeah, 203 yards, 12 yards of completion, though. 155 on the rating. That's pretty good. But, like, he needs a guy like Stephon Diggs who can make a play like that down the field in order for him to be a top 10 guy and put up top 10 kind of stats. That's what you need. You need someone like Stephon Diggs. And what's crazy about it, too, what was great for both quarterback and receiver, I think, is Diggs was doing it from the slot. Most of his receptions came from the slot. Sorry, Pop Douglas. Don't need much of you anymore. I know Vrabel complimented him on a block he had on the Hunter Henry touchdown. But are you taking Pop Douglas or Stephon Diggs in the slot? I'll give you a minute. Okay? I think I know who I'm going to. But this is who Drake May needs going forward. It's who Stephon Diggs needs going forward. Stephon Diggs needs Stephon Diggs. Drake May needs Stephon Diggs. The Patriots need Stephon Diggs. And here's the best part about it. Not only do you finally have some momentum, not only do you finally have your first 40-point game in 4 seasons. It was actually January 2nd of 22 was the last time they had a 40-point game after 2 weeks ago getting your first 30-point game in 3 years. So this offense is doing things that we haven't seen in years through however many different quarterbacks and head coaches and OCs. But now you finally get some confidence. You're going to Buffalo next week. That's good for the Patriots. It is. They probably will leave being 2-3. But this is a great chance to prove themselves and prove that they can hang on the field with them. A la the Patriots-Rams Sunday night game back in 2001. Remember that? They lost, but you said, well, they can hang with them here. Drake May can hang with a good defense from Buffalo, probably the best team in the AFC right now in Buffalo. And what does that mean for Stephon Diggs? Just when he starts cooking, they go on the road and face his former team. That's awesome. Because we know things didn't end all that well there. I wouldn't say it was like the messiest breakup of all time, but there were some hard feelings when Stephon Diggs left for Houston. I don't think many of those in Buffalo were necessarily sad to see him go from some of the stories we heard coming out of Western New York after that happened. He's got a chance to prove himself too. Drake May can prove himself. This defense can prove themselves. And certainly Stephon Diggs can on that side of the ball. Revenge game loading big time for Stephon Diggs and for the Patriots. I can't wait. But this is exactly what this team needed, and exactly what this offense needed, was to be able to unleash Diggs down the field. Not just 3rd and 3 slant route. Like, that's great. And Drake May needs that. Any quarterback needs something like that. But on a 3rd down, being able to take the top off and throw a 35-yard, 30-yard back shoulder throw along the sideline, set you up with 1st and goal. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. The Patriots have not had a guy like that in years. In years. Even to the tail end of Brady, they hadn't had a guy like that. You know, their flashes of promise the last 5 years has been Jacoby Myers, slot guy, possession guy. Pop Douglas, slot guy, possession guy. Hunter Henry, tight end, possession guy. Not the fleetest of foot on the team. A game breaker is what they needed. And finally, for the first time yesterday, I saw Stephon Diggs as a real true playmaker down the field. A game breaker on that side of the ball. Using the tight ends and using the running backs in the passing game, great hallmarks of Josh McDaniels' offenses. But the thing that takes you to the next level is what Stephon Diggs did yesterday, and that kind of connection that he had with Drake May yesterday. And just scoring 40 points is good, right? 42 unanswered at one point. Marcus Jones might be the best player on this team. I mean, it's easy to forget how good a punt returner he is when the Patriots have been so bad the last couple of years. He really should have had 2 touchdowns on the game. He got tripped up by the punter on the second one. But that was phenomenal stuff. Love to see him play some offense here soon. Remember last year, their offensive coordinator didn't know who Marcus Jones was. kind of weird. Didn't watch any tape from the year before when he had played offense, or the year before that when he had played some big time offensive snaps. Would love to see him get involved on that side of the ball. Give Drake May just another safety blanket to cook with. But man, a lot of positives to take from this Patriots game after what felt pretty negative the week before, mainly because of the turnovers. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are the Patriots ready to compete with a team like Buffalo? Let me know in that comment section below. Then be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because we're coming at you every single weekday as your lunchtime alternative to Boston Sports Talk Radio, breaking down everything that's happening with the Patriots, of course, the Red Sox this week with the wild card, and really everything else going on in the world of Boston sports. Before we get out of here, Zach, I'd like to bring you on one more time because, you know, I've been in and out on kind of the NFL this year. I've obviously watched every snap of the Patriots, but it's those other games that I'm like, I watched Baltimore yesterday, Baltimore, Kansas City, and I haven't been impressed with either of those teams yet.
Well, Lamar's out now, right?
Is that confirmed?
I'm talking to Cam.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me look at that real quick.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm just looking at the AFC picture, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Buffalo is like head and shoulders, right? Like Buffalo is head and shoulders in the AFC right now, aren't they?
Yes.
This is a heck of a barometer. Are the Houston Texans the next best team in the AFC?
No. Mike and I had the conversation earlier. The two of our teams played to see, honestly, who was the shittiest team in the AFC this last weekend, I think.
And Cam Ward did not pull any punches, did he? After that game, what did he say? He's like, "I'm keep it buck, we ass."
Yes,
that's an all-time quote, man. That is an all-time quote. Patriots see them in a couple of weeks. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I know the Patriots might be the second best team in the AFC East, like full stop.
Oh, in the East, okay.
Like, obviously, that's not saying much with how Miami and the Jets have started, but even with Miami's talent, like, I don't think they're pulling themselves out of this hole here. I don't think they are. I don't think they're going to have this 6-game win streak or anything, and they end up winning 9 games, and you know, they're right there neck and neck with the Patriots. I think New England is firmly the second best team in the AFC East, because clearly the Jets are still a joke, man.
Oh yeah,
Justin Fields, what a joke. That's too bad. He seems like a good kid. But
there's a clip that's been making its rounds, and it might be, I don't know when he was on, but I absolutely love it. Rich Eisen was on Edelman's podcast. I don't know, it might have been recent, might have been a couple months ago, but Jules just flat out asked him, like, what's it like to be a Jets fan? To which Eisen just goes, well, what's it like to be an asshole? Like, pointing out to him of like, it's like a kick to the nads every freaking season. And it kind of is watching them. And it's one of those train wrecks that I do love, but no, I think the Jets are easily, like, you know, we talked about it, I think the worst team in the East. The Dolphins are one of those teams, and I feel like we talk about them every year. It's like, oh, this is the team that, you know, or that it finally clicks and they're going to be, you know, that successful team, and then it never worked. And this just seems to be the Dolphins that we're stuck with. If they have potential, but they never show up like they should.
When you look at the Jets, man, like historically, it's hilarious, but it is crazy how when you look at the things that matter on a football team, they never, ever, ever hit on it. They have like a 100 batting average when it comes to GM, quarterback, head coach. Like, they just can't do it. They cannot draft a quarterback. They bring in a Hall of Fame quarterback last year. That doesn't work. They've had one, I think, legit coach in the last 30 years, and it was Parcells. I mean, you know, Rex had obviously a modicum of success. They made back-to-back AFC championship games. But they can't get a quarterback. They can't get a coach. They can't get someone who can draft and develop talent. Like, it's nuts, man. Like, they just, no matter what the scenario is, they can't do it. And even when the Patriots were finally bad, after 25 years or so, they were finally bad, the Jets were still worse. Like, every year the Jets were still worse or just as bad. And, you know, their quarterbacks will go on to have success other places. They'll get guys who have had success other places. It won't work there. It's just, I don't like to think of franchises in professional sports as like loser franchises, the way that, you know, a college athletics program might be, because they just don't care enough. They don't invest enough. But like standalone professional franchises, that's a loser franchise, man.
Yeah.
And the Patriots, for
sometimes-
most of their history, were too.
It is, but sometimes it is things that happen that I feel like are out of their control, like the Aaron Rodgers thing of him coming out on Monday Night Football and the Achilles.
Well, yeah, but the next year he played the whole season and they sucked and they won 4 games.
Yeah, that's true too. Fine.
I get you. But then we got a full run on it the next year.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true.
And he left and hates.
I mean, for every AFC Championship appearance, there is a butt fumble. So
yeah, almost, yeah. Anyway, Patriots are the second best team in the AFC, as Zach Burke said.
Not
the East, the full-on AFC. He says they're the second best. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, making it a part of your daily routine, your lunchtime alternative to Boston Sports Talk Radio. We will have more on every angle from the Red Sox-Yankees Wild Card Series in the show tomorrow. And, of course, we'll be following that through the week. So be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep my job. And we will see you tomorrow, high noon Eastern time, live on YouTube. And then you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts on a little ditty that we like to call The Cam Show.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit OpenGOAAALUSA.com and elevate your training today.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farm, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. We are Rogue Media Sports.